In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to play the bass line from Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. Now, this is a great bass line for anybody to learn, but it's a fantastic line for beginners. So if you're just starting out with the bass guitar, this is a really good line to get under your fingers. Now, if you want to check out a full transcription of this piece, click on the link below. That's going to take you to my free 61-page guide to playing the bass. You're going to find a ton of useful information in there, as well as a transcription of this song and a load of other simple songs as well. Okay, without any further ado, let's check out the verse groove from Psycho Killer. The intro and verse sections of this song are built around a repeating 2-bar bass line. It's fairly simple to play. So in the first bar, all we're going to play is a single A on each beat. So I'm playing the A at the 5th fret of the E string. In the second bar, we carry on playing those A's on beats 1 and 2, and then on beats 3 and 4 we play this. So that's another A, then I play the open E string, and then I play the G at the 3rd fret of the E string. That's the little tag that ends the second bar. So it's a fairly simple bass line. Now, something that you need to bear in mind when you're playing this is you want to try and keep the first 6 notes of this line, so all of the first bar and the first half of the second, you want to keep all of those notes nice and short. They're played very staccato, very short and very punchy. And a great way of doing this is to use a technique on your picking hand. So if I start playing with my first finger and then I play with my second finger after that, what I'm going to do is play the note with my first finger, and then my second finger is immediately going to come in and rest on the string. Now it's doing 2 things when I do that. It immediately chokes the string off, so it keeps the note short, and then it's also in position, ready to play the next note. So like this. And you can do the same thing from the second to the first. So that's a great way of playing short staccato notes on the bass, and it works perfectly for this bass groove. Okay, so that's the verse of Psycho Killer. Let's check out the chorus. For the chorus of this song, we have some new chords to work with. In the first bar, we have a chord of F. In the second bar, it moves to G. And then we have 2 bars on the A again. So for the first bar, which is where we have the F chord, we're going to play this bass line. So I'm playing the F at the 3rd fret of the D string, and then I move down to the D at the 5th fret of the A string, and then the C at the 3rd fret of the A string. Fairly simple rhythm. And you'll notice we've got nice long notes now, contrasting really nicely with the short staccato line we were playing in the verse section. In the second bar of the chorus, we move to a G chord, and we're going to play this line. It's the same kind of line, just a slightly different position. So I'm playing G at the 5th fret of the D string, moving down to the E at the 2nd fret, and then I've got the D at the 5th fret of the A string. So those 2 bars together sound like this. And then we return to A for a couple of bars, and we're going to play this line. So similar to what we played in the verse, not exactly the same. So we're alternating between A and G. So a single A, and then an A and a G. And finish that second bar with 2 A's. A short one and a long one. Let's hear those first 4 bars. Okay, the next 4 bars of the chorus are really just based on what we've done already. We do the F and the G again. And then instead of going to the A, we're going to go to C. And we're going to alternate between C and B using the same rhythm as we had before. So I've got my second finger on the C at the 3rd fret of the A string and my first finger on the B. Okay, so that's 8 bars of the chorus. We're going to repeat all of that again. You'll see in the transcription that it's encased with repeat marks. That means you play it all through for a second time. And then following that second repeat, we're just going to play the F and G phrases again. And that's going to take us back into the verse groove of the song. Okay, so that's the chorus. Let's check out the Midlate. For the midlate of this song, we're once again playing a short, punchy bass line with single notes on each beat. So we're going to be using that choking technique that we talked about back in the lesson for the verse. So for the first 2 bars, we're playing over a B minor chord, and we're going to play this bass line. So the notes are F sharp and E on the D string, frets 4 and 2. Then we move down onto the A string and play the D at the 5th fret, the C sharp at the 4th, the B at the 2nd, and we're also going to be using the open A as well. So the line goes like this. So we walk all the way down through that series of notes to the open A, and then we come back up to the B and the C sharp. Keeping every note really short, really punchy, very staccato, using that choking technique in the picking hand. Now for the next 2 bars of the midlate, the chord changes to G. We're going to carry on playing the same kind of bass line. This time the notes are going to be as follows. So it's 2 bars the same. We're playing the G on the D string, 5th fret, down to the F sharp and the E, 2 notes we've used before, and then we come down to the D at the 5th fret of the A string, another note we've used before. Okay, so that gives us the first 4 bars of the midlate. Now in terms of the fingering that I'm using here, when I started off this line I was using my 3rd finger on the F sharp, and that's really just because I can then play all of those 4 bars using the finger per fret technique, where one finger is covering 1 fret, so covering frets 2 to 5 with my 4 fingers. It's a really great way of playing, really good habit to get into if you possibly can. Now those 4 bars that we've just talked through are repeated, and then we have something a little bit different. So we're going to be playing this phrase. Now it's not difficult to play, but the tricky thing is that it doesn't come in on beat 1, it comes in on beat 2. So let's look at those notes first of all, and then we'll talk about the timing. So the notes are F sharp and E on the D string, we've used those before. Then we come down onto the D, 5th fret of the A string, and then we play the open A. And these notes are all allowed to ring for their full duration. They're nice long notes, nice contrast with the short notes from before. So as I said, this phrase begins on beat 2. So it's going to happen like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We're then going to let that open A carry on ringing and then we're going to play the phrase again in the next bar, again coming in on beat 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. In the 2 bars that follow, we're going to play the same riff but moved up a string. So exactly the same thing, just everything moved up by 1 string. Okay, that brings us to the end of the middle 8 section. We're going to return to the verse groove after this for a 3rd verse, and then we have another chorus. And then the final part of the song is an outro, and you're really just going to be playing a repeating bass line over and over throughout the outro, which goes on for quite a long time. You're going to be playing this kind of thing. So we're playing the G and the A on the D string, 5th fret and 7th fret, and we're alternating with those notes and the open A string. So an open A is played after each one of those notes. And that section goes round and around quite a few times, and that brings us to the end of the song. Okay guys, thanks for checking out this song with me. I hope you enjoyed working through it. Don't forget to click on the link below to download your PDF guide to playing the bass, which contains a transcription of this song and several others. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this in the future. And if you have any suggestions for songs that you'd like to see me cover in these videos, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.